Good morning, students. I'm by name Emmanuel Jonathan, your geography teacher from Fggc Bwari. I'll be taking a scheme of work on SS1 work, which will be looking at how to calculate local time using line of longitude. Although our previous lesson we discussed about longitude and latitude, which we have already done that of latitude. We say both the line of longitude and the line of latitude are imaginary line that is drawn on the globe. The line of latitude is used to calculate distance from one location to another, which the line of longitude is used to calculate time from one place to another, which we have given some few examples on how to calculate distance from one location to the other using line of latitude. The both line of longitude and line of latitude are measures in degrees. This is some of their similarities. And it is also the line of longitude in conjunction with that of latitude is used to locate the exact location of a place in the atlas map. So today I'll be teaching you how to calculate local time using line of longitude. Before we go into that, we have some few rules or procedure that you need to know as a student to be able to guide us to know how to calculate local time from one place to another. Number one procedure, you say you are to locate the places involved in the question. A question may be given to you, which two places may be given to you. They may ask you to calculate local time in so country from so country. So the first thing you will do, you are to look at what? You are to locate the two places that is involved. Example, they may ask you, this is the time in Nigeria now, let's say around after 10. What will be the time in America at the same time? What will be the time in America? So now we have to use this line of longitude now to calculate the time. So what you have to do in that question, you have to locate the two places that is involved. Let's say example, America and Australia, or Nigeria and Ghana. So you have to put it down side by side. Number two, you have to find the longitude difference. In finding the longitude difference, if the both country falls under east and east part of the globe, you are to subtract. Then if the country falls under west and west in the same zone, you are also to subtract. But if the country falls under either east or west, what you have to do, you have to add the longitude degree. Then number four, the Greenwich. If the country falls under Greenwich, which you have known that Greenwich is what? 0 degrees. Either west or east. Either you have to add or you have to subtract. You are still going to get the same answer. And the last rule here is you have to convert the longitude difference. That's the last rule, sorry. Number 3 now, you have to convert the longitude difference to time. And the formula for converting the longitude difference to time, if you remember, we said what? The Earth rotates what in every 24 hours, which is 1 day. It takes 24 hours for the Earth to rotate and come back to where it starts its rotation, which it takes 24 hours. And that is why we have 24 hours here, which it rotates what? 360. Then for every 15 degree, it's 1 hour. Then for every 1 degree is 4 minutes. This is how we come about it. You know, it takes 360 degrees to rotate and come back to its position, so it takes you 24 hours. So we divide this 360, it takes you 24 hours, which is 1 day. 360 divided by 24, that is where we get this our 15 degrees, which is 1 hour. And we know for every 1 minute is what? For every 1 hour is 60 minutes. So we divide this 60 minutes divide by 15. That's when we get our 4 minutes. So for every 1 degree is 4 minutes. Then the last rule is that we are going to adjust the time according to direction of the movement, either west or east. So anywhere our arrow is pointing at, which will be the question mark where we are looking for the time, if the arrow is pointing out east, we are gaining time. And if the arrow is pointing at question mark west, we are losing time. So you are to subtract. So now we are about to take a look at some few examples. Example number 1. Example number 1, we may be asked that what will be the local time in Nigeria? What will be the local time in Nigeria with longitude 15 degree, each longitude 15 degree east, when it is 5 p.m. in Sun City. And the Sun City, they have given us the longitude for Sun City as 45 degree east. So now we quickly go to what the formula rule 1. They say we shall locate the two places that it involves. You say Nigeria. We say what? Nigeria. We are Nigeria longitude what? 15 degree east. Then the other country is Sun City. Sun City. It has what? Longitude 45 degree east. What you have to do, you have to draw your arrow down. You draw your arrow down. You have to draw this arrow down, because you are pointing out what they have given us the longitude now. They will give us the time for this country, and they say the Sun City, the time there is 5 p.m. and the time for Nigeria is not what? It is not given. So what we have to do, we are looking at the time for Nigeria. And let's not forget, we write our west, and this is very, very necessary. You indicate that. Then we go to what? Find the longitude difference, east and east. So if you have to find the longitude difference, you have to find the difference between this and this. And according to what? The rules, they say if the country falls under east and east, you can see the country falls under what? Longitude 15 degree east, and Sun City longitude 15 degree east. So the country falls under east and east. So what we have to do, we have to subtract the longitude. So we are subtracting, therefore, 45 degrees minus 15 degrees. 45 degrees minus 15 degrees. What will be our answer? Our answer will be what? 30 degrees. That means we are done with rule number 2. Now we have to convert the longitude difference to time. Now according to our formula there, they say for every 360 degrees we have 24 hours. For every 15 minutes we have 1 hour, and for every 1 minute we have for every 1 degree we have 4 minutes. So we say that 30 degrees now minus 15 degrees will give us what? This going to this one, this 2. It's equal to 2 hours. 2 hours, that is what you get according to, since 15 degrees, then we have 30 degrees here. 15 degrees plus another 15 degrees is 2 hours. Then, rule number 4, they say we have to adjust the time according to the direction of movement, either west or east. Now, what time are we looking for? We are looking for this time, and we have gotten, let's say, 2 hours here, and we have to adjust the time. So this is where our arrow is pointing. Our arrow is pointing to west. Our arrow is pointing to west. So now, since our arrow is pointing to west, we are losing time. So our final answer, we say, since this one is more than the 2 hours, we say 5:00 p.m. minus 2 hours. Our final answer is equal to 3 p.m. That is what we get here. Okay, let's look at example 2. Example 2. It may be given that what will be the time in England? What will be the time in England? Which they have given us, let's say 50 degrees west. When it is noon in USA. So they may confuse us with this example, that what will be the time in England, which is 50 degrees, when it is noon in USA. So what we have to do according to our rules is we have to locate the two places that is involved. And if we are to locate the two places, we say England is what? It's 50 degrees. England 50 degrees west and USA. And we have known that what? Noon falls under what? Noon falls under the equator, which is what? Which is 0 degree. So you can see now they didn't give us that of the degree for USA, but they said noon, which we know that noon falls under what? The equator, and the equator is what? Is 0 degrees. So now we have to draw down our arrows. We have to draw down our arrow. And our arrow says we should know that noon is what? 12:00 noon. That is what noon is. And now they have not given us that of what? England. So now our arrow is shooting down to what? Remember, this is our west and this is our east. So now we are done with what? We are done with rule number 1. Rule number 2, they said that we are to what? Rule number 2, they said we are to find the longitude difference. If you are finding the longitude difference, if you write 50, this 50 degree west plus 0 degree, it's going to give us what? 50 degree Or if we say 0 minus 50, it's still going to give us what? It's still going to give us 50. So even though we add or we subtract, we are still getting the same answer. So now, rule number 3, they say that we should what? We should convert the longitude difference to time. And what is converting the longitude difference to time? They say for every 15 minutes we have 1 hour, and for every 1 degree we have 4 minutes. So now what you have to do, we have to divide. We have to what? We have to divide. We say 15 all over 50 degrees. 15 go into 50. We have what? We have 3. 3 multiplied by 15 is 45. So we have remainder of what? 5 degrees. This is 3 hours. We have the remainder of 5 degrees. So they say since 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. And remember, we are converting what? We are converting the longitude to time. So what we have to do, therefore, we have to multiply the remainder. 5 multiplied by 4. We are multiplying anything that remains, we are multiplying it with what? With 4. And we are get 20 minutes. So for now, it's equal to 3 hours 20 minutes. 3 hours 20 minutes. Then we'll go to rule number 4. They say we have to adjust the time according to direction of the movement. We have to adjust the time according to direction of the movement. Where is the direction of the movement? You can see that the arrow now is going towards what? The west. So we are losing, so we are subtracting. We are what? We are subtracting. So we are subtracting now this answer 3 hours 20 minutes from what? 12. Yes, from 12 noon. We are subtracting 3 hours 20 minutes from 12 noon. So what will be our answer now? 3 hours 20 minutes, you are subtracting it from 12. So if you are subtracting 3 hours from 12, we get what? We get 9. But what about the 20 minutes? So now we have to convert, since we have gotten what? We have gotten 9. We have to convert one of the hours now to minutes, which is 60 minutes. By the time we remove what? 60 minutes, we're trying to remove 20 minutes from 60 minutes. Our answer will be equal to 8:40 a.m. since it's noon. It was noon, so we are going backward. So that will be our final answer from this one when we subtract 3 hours 20 minutes from 12 noon. Hope you understand. Example 3 now. Let's try some more example. So now they may ask us that a match between Mali, which is 18 degrees west, and a match between Mali, which is 18 degrees west, and China, which is 140 degree east. A march between Mali, which is 18 degrees west, and China, which is 140 degrees east, was played in Mali on the Saturday, the 22nd July 2015 at 6 p.m. They may ask us to calculate the time. Number 2, day to listen to the commentary of the match in China. So this question is somehow confusing, but we have to, when we know the formula, it will be as easy as what we don't expect. Because now they say a match between Mali, which is 18 degrees west, and China, which is 140 degrees east, was played in Mali on the Saturday, the 22nd July 2015 at 6 p.m. Now they are asking us to calculate two things now: the time and the day to listen to the commentary in China. So let's quickly go to our formula. They say you should locate the two places that is involved. Formula 1, you write Mali, which is what? 18 degrees west. That is the longitude. Then China is what? 140 degrees east. You can see now we have the west and the east. The country falls under west and east. Let's not forget to what? We draw this is the west, this is the east, according to how the earth rotates. And they say the match that was played in Mali, it was played around 6 p.m. on when? On the 22nd of what? July. (2015). So now they have given us the time and the date the match was played in Mali. But they said people in China, when will they turn off their radio to listen to the commentary of the match? So let's not forget, we are looking for two things: the time and the date. So now we have done that of rule number 1, which they say we should locate the two places that is involved. Formula 2 now. Rule 2, we are to what? We are to find the longitude difference. We are to find the longitude difference. And they say if the country is in west and east and west, or west, yes, west east, we are to what? We are adding. So we are adding their longitude. If supposing the country was in west, we are subtracting. But now the country is in west and east. We are acting according to our formula. You see, therefore, 140 degrees plus 18 degrees. 140 degrees plus 18 degrees. 140 degrees plus 18 degrees. What now will be our answer? Our answer when you plot this is 158 degrees. 158 degrees. So we have added now, we have added the longitude together. Now we got 158 degrees. So now let's quickly go to formula 3 now. We have to convert the longitude difference to time. And how do we convert the longitude difference to time? Let's not forget, we say 15 degrees is 1 hour and 1 hour is 10 degrees. So now we have to divide 15. So we are going to divide the answer we get, since we have added 140 plus 18. So we see 15 now to 158. So 15 going to 158 is what? Is 10 times 10 multiplied by 15 is 150. And we still get remainder 8. So remember what we are told here, that every remainder we get, we are multiplying it by 4. Every remainder we get, we are multiplying it by 4. So 8 now multiplied by 4 equal to what? 32. So we're getting 32 minutes. So all in all, we're getting 10 hours 32 minutes. Thus we are done with rule number 3 now. We go to rule number 4. Remember our arrow now, where is the question mark? The question mark is going towards the east. So that is where we draw our arrow. This time around, they said what? If the question mark is going towards the east, we are gaining time. So we are multiplying 6 p.m. multiplied by 10 hours 32 minutes. 6, therefore 6 p.m. multiplied by. So now our answer, we got 10 hours 32 minutes. So we are done with rule number 3. Now we are going to rule number 4. If you look at it now, the arrow now is pointing towards the question mark east. So we are adding. So we say therefore 6 p.m. we add this 10 hours 32 minutes. So by the time we add 6 p.m. plus 10 hours 32 minutes, our answer will be, when you add it, our answer will be 4:32 a.m. 4:32 a.m. the next day, because now they are asking us which day. So now it will be 4 hours 32 a.m. on the 23rd of July. That's when people in China will turn off their radio to listen to the commentary of the match they play with Mali. So now, with these few examples, I believe by now you will have known how to calculate time using line or longitude. But meanwhile, these rules, you have to follow it step by step. It will aid you, it will help you now to know how to calculate time using line of longitude. But meanwhile, if you have any question, you can drop it on a comment section. But I want to be convinced that you have learned one or two things. So with that, I'm going to give you what? I'm going to give you a take-home assignment. I want you to do it. After you do it, when we come back, we'll meet and we are going to drop it on the comment section. So when doing it, you should make sure that you follow these rules, and it will aid or guide you in solving or looking for time from one country to another. Let me quickly run down the question. Example 4. Assignment. You are going to solve it and drop it on a comment section. Find the longitude find the longitude, okay, not different. Find the longitude of town Y. This time around, I'm giving you the time and you are to look for the longitude for me. Find a longitude of town Y whose time is 5 p.m. when the time of another town X, which has the longitude 30 degree east is 2 p.m. the same day. So you have to solve this for me and you drop it on the comment section. But if you have any question pertaining the examples I gave, you can still drop it. Then we'll see more when we meet in our next class. Thank you for good being. God bless you all.